Yo, what is going on, guys? Amc Stock here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. I know the video is up early once again. However, this time it is because I am most likely going to be uploading another video today, so just tune in for that and make sure to have post notifications on. Also, if any of you guys played GameStop, congrats on that. The chart literally could not have played out more perfect than what we called out. But I want to start this video off with strictly AMC. Then we're going to go into some banks and then finally into the chart. So if it sounds like something you're interested in or you find value out of the video, consider hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. It is free. Let's get into the video. Starting off with Ortex, the short interest on AMC continues to drop. It dropped again somehow, very small increments. It is now at 19.97% of the free float, with the cost to borrow dropping as well at 27.56%. However, utilization is still currently maxed out. Cost to borrow average 25% and the max is at 35%. As for APE, it's at a 7.67 short interest percentage with a 7.72 cost to borrow. And if you take a look on Stock Tracker on AMC, apparently we have 2.1 million shares available to borrow. So here's what it looks like they are doing. They're using the tokenized securities to drop the price while incrementally covering very small shorts somehow, or manipulating the data somehow, and that is why you're seeing a reflected shares available to borrow with a drop in cost to borrow fee. So moving forward, something has to happen with the tokenized securities, or else they just have a complete grip on the stock price, which is something that is horrible going forward, but we're going to touch more on that in a second. I cannot believe it. Another broker took the buy button away. Revolut, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, just let me know in the comments. They took the buy button away on APE, and the reason that they said, you know, this buy button was taken away, and it wasn't just for one person. So don't say, oh, well, this only happened to this guy. This is happening all over. Okay, people are coming out and they're flipping out about how the buy button got taken away on them on this platform, and they say that currently the price of this security is below Revolut's tolerance level and no further buys will be available at this time. So it is apparently below their tolerance level. Now at first I thought, well, maybe, you know, this broker doesn't trade penny stocks or allow the trading of penny stocks, but then I thought, well, this has been a penny stock for more than a day now, right? It just didn't happen overnight that this became a penny stock, so that was already out of the way. And then I thought the risk level of this, which leads me to think deeper into, you know, something could happen with APE going forward, something huge may happen with APE, or this is just some more bullshit that you're seeing from another broker. Also, before we get into the new info, there was a false article that came out, which Adam Aaron, you should definitely make a lawsuit on this. If not, you just look like a deer in the headlights. You look weak if you don't do anything. AMCX lenders forming a group due to AMCX bankruptcy concerns. An article a day or so ago, and now it is nowhere to be found. Repackaged today in a tweet as AMC. Did anyone screenshot the real AMCX article the other day? So an AMCX article came out having to do with bankruptcy. However, they labeled it as AMC, so it immediately dropped the price. And I want to play this clip for you guys of these swing traders who stated that banks will never let this happen again.
Guys, real quick, AMC here, there is some news coming through here, bankruptcy rumors, and a lot of selling momentum to the downside. God. But yeah, it flushed from 640 down to 610. It looked like there was a potential downhaul level there at 610, but it takes, I think it's like 10 seconds that it has to be on the same price there. Yeah. So there we go. We're flushing a little bit more, but there's lots of size on the offer, guys. This is SSR now. You know, SSR is triggered. Yeah, you do have to pay for shorts, but man, it is really kind of starting to accelerate to the downside here. Looking for deep debt restructuring is that's what Brendan has said in our chat now. So, you know, AMC getting hurt to the downside. Entertainment lenders, organized restructuring advisors. So yeah, so you know, some definite bad news coming in here for AMC. Man, we talk about AMC a lot, and I know a lot of, like, obviously retail are involved in AMC, but this is why you got to, you know, kind of put your money in good companies that you know, have good fundamentals and whatnot. But you know, with that being said, like, obviously AMC is kind of in a it's a dying company almost, right? So there was a reason why it had such heavy short interest. I don't think there's going to be a squeeze like that ever again in any particular name, right? I don't think, the banks would ever let that happen again. But, here we are, obviously AMC testing these lows.
Moving on, in response to possible SEC changes to payment for order flow, Virtu and Citadel Securities, as well as brokers that accept payment for order flow, say the stock market's current rules work well for small investors. Of course, they're going to say this because they're making an unlimited amount of money and they're able to literally control any stock price out there without any type of competition or ruling. Speaking of that, we actually have Gary Gensler in a little bit of a clip that I want to show you guys, but I'm going to show it in the video that I upload later, so just tune in for that. We are starting to see central banks limit cash withdrawals as they work on their own digital currencies while taking huge losses as they rapidly accumulate gold. And European Central Bank senior executive has proposed a ban on cryptocurrencies. A bankruptcy judge orders Celsius, the bankrupt crypto firm, to return 44 million in crypto to users who stored their funds in custody accounts. This is actually very good news. I know Celsius had some sort of ties to Citadel, but either way, this is just good in general that users who stored their funds in there are getting their money back, or at least hopefully most of their money. And Belgium's national bank to record its first loss since World War II and has predicted that by 2027 it will be forced to assume a negative capital position. Its liabilities will exceed its assets. Another central bank is launching a CBDC. Spain's central bank hearing proposals for wholesale CBDC project. And finally, Kevin O'Leary apparently got paid $15 million to be an FTX spokesperson. And FTX founder is under investigation for market manipulation that led to the collapse of Terra USD and Luna. This is going to be interesting for the people who are in Terra or Luna to see if it affects the stock price in any way. Kevin tweeted this: Blackstone's defense to freezing withdrawals on their real estate fund is basically, don't worry, we can sell assets if we need to. That's exactly how a housing crash really takes off. Now guys, real quick before we get into the charts, since I make these videos for free, I do have to throw in a sponsor out there. I have the best link that you can click on out of all the YouTubers, so if you do use it, you're gonna get up to 20 free stocks and a chance to win $60,000 for just signing up and opening an account with Moomoo. All you have to do after you sign up is deposit any amount. It can literally be a penny, it can literally be $1, and you are going to reap these benefits. So guys, make sure to do that. I see a lot of you signed up and opened an account but did not yet deposit. Touching on the charts real quick, every single thing was pointing to a move higher, but until something happens with these tokenized securities, at this point it's all reading cycles and all reading algorithms, and we're not going to get that major break we need unless something happens with these tokenized stock, these tokenized securities, where they can't drop the cost to borrow anymore and they can't create an infinite supply, or B, margin calls have to occur, which is most likely not going to happen unless we see some sort of market crash. Speaking of that, we have CPI data next week, and we also have the FOMC meeting. I believe that's Tuesday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Thursday, but I do believe it's Tuesday and Wednesday. It's the 13th and the 14th of December. Maybe, I think this is our last chance to see if the market bear rally is over or not. We'll see that going forward. But essentially, this is how the S&P 500 is looking right now. It's in a rising wedge, and we're looking for a break one way or the other. It kind of had a little bit of a hiccup down here and kind of up here, but it still did not choose direction, and I think we are ultimately waiting until that meeting come next week. As for GameStop, guys, this call out for earnings literally could not have been better. The cycle played out identical to where we saw this little bit of a pop down here, so if anybody played calls, congrats to you. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today. I hear the fan in my computer starting to overheat, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a break, and then I'm going to work on that video so that you guys can watch it later. Make sure to subscribe. It is free and have post notifications on. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.